Hello, today we're going to do a tutorial on how to put a 70-pound kayak on top of your car by yourself, and should be pretty easy. I'll be explaining the parts that you need and the attachments that you need for your car and the techniques to do it. I have two attachments here for the top of the car that you will need. I mean, you don't need both, but I'll show you the two options that I have here, and there's a third option also that which I don't have here, but let me show you. And this one is here. Let me show you the brand exactly. So that's the one that I bought, rooftop kayak mount. It works great. I have no problem. One over here, which is a foam. You just put it in the car, put it on top of your rack, and the kayak will be on it. So there'll be one in the front, one in the back. The only difference with this is that with the foam, you put most of the kayak weight will be in the middle, the bottom middle. And with the saddle, you have 4 points on the kayak that will be taking the weight, which is much better for your kayak, so you don't have a pressure point just in one area, which can crack and give you trouble. So let's do here. Let's see what we have. So we have all the parts. So I'm going to show you how to do the saddle on your car, just so you know exactly what to look for. And I have the setup here for the car. So you set up a blanket on top of your car here, so because that's where the kayak is going to go, so you don't scratch your car. And I'm gonna set up this thing here too, which is called the kayak roller, boat roller, I'd say. You put it on top of your car over there on the windshield. First, you have to wash it. Just wash it with plain water and let it dry, and then attach this, because these things create a vacuum which hold it together. If it is dusty, it won't hold. So the trick here is to wash your windshield before. So let's do that. I already washed it, so we can start the process here, and put a little bit of pressure down, otherwise it doesn't hold either. Hold it there. Okay, so let me show you the racks, the saddle rack already on top of the car there. I already attached three of them, and I'm going to show you how to do the fourth one. So if you're doing a kayak for the first time by yourself, then you know what to look for. Great, so now let's get the kayak. So make sure you have all the setup before you start doing it, because once you start moving, you can't go back and check something else that you missed. So I have a blanket because I don't want to scratch the bottom of the kayak. So I always set it on a blanket, and I set up a blanket on the car. I use a dolly to move the kayak in case the car is a bit far, or to move it to the lake. That's how you pretty much take it to the water. You use this wheel over here, and I'll show you how to use it. Okay, right now I'm going to put the dolly under the kayak and move it around so I can set it up so we'll go on top of the car like that. And so the kayak will go back first, so that's the way it should be on top of. Okay, now we're going to do the most important part of this process, which is tying down the kayak, securing it to your car in a way that's not going to create a lot of noise when you drive. Okay, so give the rope a couple turns like this so that the wind will just not hit it. A couple pulls and wrap it all the way around. And then pass it under in there. Tighten it. And then again. Alright, so what I've done here is I put the rope, gave it a couple twists, attached it to the car. Make sure you attach it to a metal part of the car, not to the plastic, because that's not going to hold your kayak. Alright, so the front of it is ready. Okay, now we're going to do the sides, which is a very important step too, because that can make a lot of noise actually. Back, you just do the same you did on the front of the kayak. Just attach a rope there and all the way to the bottom of the car, find a metal part, put it on, and you're good. So let's do the sides now. Okay, so I put it through the loop on the other side, and I threw it from the other side to this side here again, from on top of the kayak, not from the bottom, because if you bring the rope through the bottom here, you're going to create a lot of noise when you drive. So throw it on top, over the kayak, bring it back over the kayak, and tie it on this side over here. And do the same thing. Well, what I do here, I just go through, and I try to see which side is pulling. So that's great, because that is going to hold it. Because if you pull on the other side, see, that's the wrong side of the metal that you're going to be putting the rope through. So let's show you exactly what I mean. Because if you put it the other way, okay, this way, when the kayak pulls, then it goes, see? It's not secure enough. So you got to make sure that you use the right side of this. You always have to check to see which side of those little teeth here are going to be holding the portion that's holding the kayak. Okay, so make sure. Yeah, that one is safe. It's not releasing, which is good. So now let's So then you do the same thing you did on the front, the other rope. You tie it all the way around, because if you leave anything loose, you're gonna go crazy again. Alright, that's it for the tutorial today. I guess I've given you the most important points on how to put your kayak on top of your car by yourself. I mean, not only your kayak, but your 70-pound kayak, which is pretty heavy for anybody. But if you have all the tricks, then you can do it gracefully, without hurting your kayak, without hurting yourself, and without scratching your car. And by the way, that towel doesn't belong there. Don't drive with your towel hanging from your car. I just put it there so I cover my license plate. I don't want anybody knowing my license plate, just for my safety. And don't forget to check the next tutorial, which is on how to get your kayak down, which will have very important tricks also. And well, anyways, have a safe trip.